dear elders, brothers, sisters, children of the great Rajput family of the Rana fraternity. A very good morning to all of you. At the very outset, I'd like to express my gratitude to Dr. C.P. Singh for saying so many good things about me and his kind words of introduction. Thank you very much, sir. Today, I stand amidst my fellow family members here, with whom I share a civilization connect, a spiritual connect, an inviolable and sacred connect that transcends all boundaries, regions, occupations, or even religions. An almost indescribable spirit.
I think I want
us all together.
Not actually a question, an observation that you made.
A spirit of pride and
what
dignity
you are saying. We definitely need
that defines the DNA of our soul.
This is the last question. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we need to help each other. Let me give you
we
a very
are the
small
proud
example. I should be
inheritors
quoting it, but since
of the legacy and responsibility of being called the
Rajput. I land up in trouble when I talk from my heart. I shouldn't talk from my heart. But anyway, as a good politician, they never
the legacy and the responsibilities.
I want to quote
Further tell you about this.
I was an instructor in the
share with
academy
you
in
an interesting story from my own childhood. That actually baptized me into our community expectations. One evening, as a small child of about 7 or 8 years,
let's do something.
I walked up to my father.
Let
me describe him. Very impressive man, over 6 feet tall, a barrel-chested soldier with handlebar mustaches.
We give it the best credit.
And asked him if my name was spelled correctly. I was a child, I was in school, and my name, I spelled it and I walked up to him. It's spelled as Bhopinder, which actually is wrongly spelled. Should have been Bhopinder. But he spelled it that time. Another small kid like mine, like him. And we both, he was a Jat and the Rajput. But we both became refugees. We both spelled the name the same time. I mentioned that in one of my interviews in New York. No, sir, when I walked up to him, somebody thinks I'm a Punjabi. Somebody thinks I'm a Sikh. Somebody thinks I'm a Jat family. Instead of actually the Rajput lineage that I am. So now my father was a British soldier. As a politician,
he was in the evening, he had taken a couple of rounds. But there was like a typically good British soldier, he either drank scotch or nothing in between.
There are good people also.
So he immediately looked at me. He was a very bon vivantish man, the great frontier.
But in general, what you're saying. And he looked at me with his bloodshot eyes. And he thundered back. Yes.
What did he say?
He said, son, a Rajput does not become a Rajput just by his name or by his birth. He or she becomes a Rajput by his or her actions and conduct. I say that again. A Rajput does not become a Rajput just by his name or by his birth. He or she becomes a Rajput by his or her actions and conduct. And believe me, I still look back at that incident at that evening, and I look at it with great pride that the old man summarized what for me was the future, what a Rajput should be. And subsequently, I kept that thing at the back of my mind and lived up to the expectation of being a Rajput. But that was paramount in my career and in my life. Now, tracing the footsteps of my family members, fed on the folklores of the innumerable and unmatchable gallantry and selflessness of the country and the community, I also chose.
He is my subordinate. I can tell you, my humble to my major, and we brought him up.
The logical concept of being a Kshatriya. when I chose to wear the uniform of the most feared, revered and decorated regiment known to mankind, the one and the only Rajput regiment. I joined the Rajput regiment in 1965, just before the Indo-Pak War. It was an inescapable and natural call to honor that has helped me in good stead in my military life, and subsequently as a diplomat and as a secretary to the highest office of the President of India in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and later as the Lieutenant Governor of Andaman Nicobar Islands and Pondicherry.
The way the Rajputs are doing this here, these conventions.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Rajput soldier in me that I flash my badge of honor, my calling card, that defines my thinking, my conduct, and my existence. I see that when I saw the list of people attending the Rana Convention, and I see it here in the hall
interracial marriages, sir.
There are a lot of Gujarati Rajputs in the house.
What is the problem? There is no problem.
And if we are in, I don't know whether how many of you know.
Let's not get involved.
That the first, I am for it. Indian Chief of Army Staff.
Let me tell you,
was
General Rajendra Singh Jadeja, the Brigadier General. But he is not becoming a Rajput because he is married to Rajput. So I can assure you that.
Normally at Field Marshal Karyappa, who also happens to be from Rajput regiment.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Field Marshal Karyappa was the first Commander-in-Chief. That means he was Commander-in-Chief of Army, Navy and Air Force. But General Rajendra Singh was the first Army Chief.
You are welcome. And he has a profound thing to
And also from my own Rajput regiment, we had another very distinguished Rajput General, General Chandra Singh Ji from Rajkot.
So you will have more of to have this one.
And General Himmat Singh Ji from Navanaka. So there are great Rajputs from
Gujarat. I hope you
know that.
Would like
Actually, on a personal note, I named my own son
printed
after
speeches
General
and
Himmat
mentioned
Singh.
brochures, but we wanted to keep it
So
private
there is no
and
mistake
keep it
there.
special for everybody attending to hear it.
The Rajput regiment lanyard
from the
that hung from my shoulders
prior to advertising.
for 40 years
On behalf of Rana,
was a constant
there are no
reminder
words
of the
to describe.
expectation
We
and creed of the community
wanted
that
a
ordained
decorated
civility, fearlessness,
person to be here.
loyalty,
So I'm
and
thankful.
selflessness.
So thank you
These
so
are the
much
basic traits
with all our
of a
respect.
Rajput. Now, on military history, I must share another incident from my own regiment that throws some light on the ethos of our creed. You know, there's a lot of bravado events written by Colonel Todd in the Annals and Antiquities of Rajasthan, which is very true. He writes a lot about those great Rajputs of Rajasthan, which are very true. But I want to share a more recent incident that exemplifies our community.
I'm going to just take a detail.
At this time,
Historically,
I
we
would
are
like to do
almost
a
fanatic
quick
in our
family
mind.
introduction. So I request
Chivalry
that
and
head
gallantry.
of household, if you
These
could
are
please stand
almost
up and
old-fashioned
introduce your
adjectives
family
in the
quickly.
modern world.
Your name, where you're from,
But anyway,
just a very, very brief
legend has
introduction.
it
I would
that
like
in
to
the
start
Second
from
World
here,
War,
our friends from Canada,
one of my
and then
regimental
I'll
battalions,
move
the 3rd
across the
Battalion
room.
of the Rajput Regiment, it had a glorious history, a very fine battalion. It was fighting a war and it was advancing furiously on the ground. Now, we are from the infantry. Infantry means we are foot soldiers. We don't go in tanks, we don't go in vehicles, we slog on the, that's why sometimes they call us poor bloody infantry, but we walk on the road. Right, so they were going ahead and they were marching ahead, and suddenly what happened? The enemy tanks came in front of them. So obviously the orders given to the battalion was, you please dig in here, hold here, since you are on foot, and when our own tanks come, then you can launch a joint attack on the enemy tanks. And now I must tell you the twist in the tale. What happened was that one of the tank shells came and landed on the battalion and killed a British officer. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this is what ignites a Rajput. They couldn't care less whether it was tanks or anything else. They took up their rifles, put on their bayonets, and they charged at the tanks. Now, charging at the tanks
means foolishness, right? You're charging at metallic monsters of 50 ton. They charge. You could see the furious sight of the toiled up mustaches on the fierce-looking Rajput soldiers. They went with their war cry, charging at the tanks. And the famous war cry of my regiment was, Bol Bajrang Bali ki jai, Hanuman ka hu pyare. That means I belong to the army of Hanuman. So nothing could stop them. They charged onto the tanks and suffered very heavy casualties. Obviously, you are going and attacking tanks, so they mowed you down with the guns. But they couldn't care less. Since they had lost an officer, they charged. They did cause little damage to the tanks also. But then, some of them, when they came back, we asked them, why do you do all this? So it's given the history. They said, well, it's worth every price to pay for avenging the death of a fallen brother. That's the spirit. So the British commander in the Second World War, he came back, he came to the regiment, and he was talking to the regiment, and in his own vernacular language of Hindustani, what he says, ye to Pathan pagal hai. But that's out of sheer love and affection. It was not a rebuke by any chance. He says, he's a pagal Pathan hai, they can charge at the tanks also. But ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that the same battalion, 3rd Battalion, is today a very fine battalion, doing extremely well. And what they do is, they write 3 Rajputs, in brackets they write the Pagals. They're very proud of that fact, that we are known as that. Now, get a pride to our regiment. Let me also just tell you our regimental motto. In Sanskrit, I might not read it very correctly, it says, Jo vado va sangrame dashto drisht sanatan sura dharma shatya yashash karpanya na prashtaste. Now this is in Sanskrit, if I read it correctly or not, I'm not too sure. But let me translate it in English. It means victory or death in battle is the religion of the Rajput from time immemorial. It is his character that he knows no fear. So, victory or death in battle is the religion of the Rajput from time immemorial. It is his character that he knows no fear. Now, I may humbly state that these character traits are not the exclusive preserve for the soldiering domain only. I am extremely proud to say that evolutionary and reformist instincts have led our community to partake in modern day opportunities in various fields of commerce, industry, professionals, doctors, engineers. I think look around in the room I see. All kinds of professions. This is the success of our community. And we absolutely must take pride in our glorious past. There's no doubt about it that somebody said we must cherish those values. But most importantly, keep abreast of the times that be. There is nothing contradictory in retaining age-old values and being modern at the same time. Just for example, see the Japanese, probably the most developed society, that is also traditional and true to its values simultaneously. So, the values are not regressive in any way. The practices and rituals could be regressive. We must drop the same and embark on journey of enlightenment, education, and skilling up ourselves. Our unique values can be integrated, adopted, and institutionalized in all spheres and vocations. Look at the stunning diversity in the room here this morning. I must admit that when I got this invite for this particular function, I was browsing through the other guest members. It mentioned an immensely talented and successful artist in Mohit Chauhan, a top-notch management scholar in Dr. Jitendra Singh, a professor of medicine in Dr. Chandel, and even a NASA technical fellow in Dr. Bhopinder Singh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this super diverse, super intelligent, super diverse group has pushed the community beyond boundaries, beyond the likes of the usual suspects like myself, who continued with the age-old profession of soldiering. There is nothing right or wrong. It is just that I am so proud of our range, our width and depth of success that is visible in this room here. It is a known fact that post-independence, our socio-economic and societal roles were challenged. Let us also face it. The challenges of modernity were alien to our sensibilities, the Rajput sensibilities. We took time. We went through the learning curve. And I must admit in all humility that perhaps it is the Rajputs like you all here who were very progressive and accepted the challenges and opportunities faster than others. Today's battlegrounds have changed. The opportunities of borderless global village are ripe. We cannot allow ourselves to be swallowed and consumed by the glories of our past. The wheels of history are always turning and churning. And please allow me to say this, if there was ever a doubt of our community's abilities to keep pace with time, this gathering here actually allays all my fears. Allow me a selfish moment of pride in your success. As a fellow family member of the community, you are indeed the face of our tomorrow. Please indulge in me and my soldiering lexicon when I say this. You are the sword arm of our future. When you open up and succeed in new frontiers, many thousands of miles away from home, the future baton of generalship is in the safe hands of young Rajputs in our midst here this morning. Please don't fall prey for empty posturing in the name of our community. Invest in education. First, foremost, and always. Sometimes I am suffocated by the ignorant rigidities, inflexibilities, and exclusiveness as opposed to inclusiveness in the name of the community. You know, this is a common problem. We are a community which is spread all over the country. There are Rajputs from Gujarat, from UP, Rajasthan, Haryana, Himachal, Madhya Pradesh, and so on and so forth. We have a history of dying for a larger cause, which can be a region, a country, or a heterogeneous communities. Let us not become puritanical and regressive in our outlook. For sure, we must celebrate and cherish our rich heritage, culture, and history, but with a certain dignity, civility, and large-heartedness that has been bestowed on our community. I tell my own grandchildren, a person is relatively incomplete without a sense of history. He is disabled without an intelligent perspective. But more importantly, he is completely and utterly rudderless and incomplete without education. Today, more than ever, brains overgrown. My late grandfather, he was a towering figure for the Rajput community in our part of the country, late Thakur Deva Singh. He was an educationist in the early times in unified Punjab. He recognized the need of the community in terms of divisiveness, lack of collectiveness, and a relative unimportance towards education vis-a-vis other communities. So what he did, he had the foresight and wisdom to establish the All India Rajput Students' Aid Society at Chandigarh for the deserving, promising, but economically challenged members of the community, irrespective of the region, state, or any other denomination. He emphasized on the girl child, and today there are thousands of Rajput students who have benefited by partaking the benefits from this particular institution in the right direction. The field of education and socio-economic upliftment. It is the same spirit that I salute the inclusiveness of the Rana Forum. Often, it is tragic, people don't realize the diversity of our composition. From the Dogra Rajput rule in the modern day JNK in the north, Nepal in the northeast, to Tripura and Manipur in the east, of course to Saurashtra in the west, all the way to the state of Vijayanagar in present day Andhra Pradesh. We are all one. Therefore, I admire the universality of your Rana platform, because here you are just a Rajput, period. One last thought that I would leave with you, besides investing in education and contemporizing ourselves and our community to stay abreast of the times, without losing our values and culture would be to meaningfully help each other and extend your networks, as some of the speakers said this morning. Abilities, privileges with your fellow Rajputs. This is not to suggest any parochialism, but we must hold out and hold on to each other. Unfortunately, we are not yet the most educated or the most affluent or the most widespread community in the international arena. No, not yet. For that to happen, you are the flag bearers of ensuring that the rich legacy, traditions, value and culture is allowed to sustain itself while the community progresses on all socio-economic parameters. So please do go that extra mile for your brethren and be the best ambassadors that you can be of the community, as indeed of your Indianness. Today, in this room, we are a small footnote in the annals of that rich culturality, glory and legacy that has been bequeathed to us, as that holy intonation from the Tulsi Krit Ramcharit Manas ascribes to our forefathers Raghu, the ancestor of Lord Ram, when he says, Sausab Tav Pratap Raghurai, Nath Nakachu Muli Prabhuthai. That means, literally, translated in English, it means all your radiance. Only that, no more. Raghurai means the descendants of Raghu. Not mine, no, not mine. This is yours. You are Rajputs, you carry on with the tradition and that legacy. So my brothers and sisters and all members of the fraternity here, please do cherish your rich history, glory, values, legacy and culturality, but at the same time accept the new challenges in the changing and modern environment with confidence and your head high as Rajputs. I pray for your continued success and look forward to meeting you whenever our paths cross again. I would like to express my deep gratitude, and I must add pride today to be amongst the members of the Rana community for keeping our community torch burning bright. Keep up this Rajput fire. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
नहीं, जब तक मैं फौज में रहा तो हमारे पे थोड़ी सी रिस्ट्रिक्शन होती है, हम कुछ ज्यादा बातें रिपीट नहीं कर सकते हैं, जो दिल में जो फौजी बातें उनको लिख सकते थे। फिर जब हम गवर्नर बने, शौक तो मुझे बहुत था लिखने का, शुरू से शौक था, तो तब भी हम लिखते थे, लेकिन अगेन हमारे ऊपर थोड़ा सा था, ऑब्वियसली वैसी बात कोई डैमेज नहीं कर सकते थे, जो तरीके से करते थे। और जब रिटायरमेंट हो गया तो आप ठीक कह रहे हैं, एज ए लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल हमने सोचा अभी हम थोड़ा गोल्फ खेलेंगे, थोड़ा आराम करेंगे, लेकिन हमने 2-3 महीने में सोचा, हमने कहा भाई ये तो काम नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं बनेगा, आई वेस्ट माई टाइम, इतना वेस्ट माई एक्सपीरियंस, इतना मैं कुछ सीखा है, मुझे भगवान ने इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है इतना कुछ सीखने को, अगर मैं ऐसी वेस्ट कर दूंगा उससे कोई फायदा नहीं। तो मैंने अपना पेन उठाया, हमने शुरू कर दिया लिखना सारा कुछ, और फिर हमने कहा नहीं, हम सिर्फ फौजी चीजों पर नहीं लिखेंगे। तो उससे हुआ ऐसे कि शुरू कि मैं कुछ आर्टिकल्स पब्लिश करे, तो सारे पेपर्स पर्टिकुलरली जैसे स्टेट्समैन हुआ, एशियन एज है, ट्रिब्यून हुआ, इनको पता नहीं कुछ अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा, ये मेरे इन्होंने खुद ही फिर मुझे बोलना शुरू कर दिया, आप साहब इस पे लिखिएगा, हमें बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है, आप इन चीजों पे लिखिएगा। तो सब्जेक्ट्स इंस्टेंट मैं उनकी तरफ से मेरे को आना शुरू हो गया कि आप भी इस पे लिखिएगा। सो आई देन स्टार्टेड, अच्छा आप जैसे जानते हैं आर्टिकल लिखने में थोड़ा बहुत रिसर्च भी करना पड़ता है।
If you have any questions for the General, he'll be more than happy to answer. Right now, we'll be doing a short question-answer session. So does anyone have any question? Going once, going twice? Oh, we have a question.
I can just come up there. I'll come back.
Come on.
Come here. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, I can talk. My voice is also. Governor, I don't need. I'm just curious as someone living in the United States, with the current political climate and what has happened here, what is the opinion back home in circles of leadership about the relationships of India and the US? Has anything changed in your perspective, what do you think about that?
Actually, my next talk was on Indo-US dynamics. I don't know whether I will get an opportunity to talk.
We will definitely get
That's a detailed talk I will be giving on Indo-US dynamics as to what is the future. Irrespective, let me just summarize by saying one thing. Irrespective of whoever won the elections, interestingly, I must tell you also something. When I was in California, I was in Chicago, other places, giving talks to some children, students of universities, other things. I casually mentioned to them, I said, look, guys, who's going to win your election? So, obviously the halla was, the lady Hillary will win. I said, sorry, Trump is going to win. And they said, sir, how do you say that? They were surprised. I said, I am a soldier, no? So I have a gut feeling. In the war, we always take decisions with a gut feeling, right? You may say left is a better approach, right is a better approach, we can go from this side. But finally the general thinks, no, I think this is the best approach. It's something which comes from within. So I said, look, Trump is going to win. Now they are all writing to me they're giving on email, I think, sir, there must be something. How did you know that this guy is going to win? So now that he has won. But the point that I would be talking to you on that day also is that, look, today, our relationship is like natural allies. This is what I think Mr. Modi also mentioned when he was here, when he gave a talk here. We become natural allies because of the changed environment. The Cold War period is over. Now the enemy suspects are changed. What US had a relationship with Russia, what its relationship now is with China. So to this country at the moment, the worry is the hegemonic actions being taken by China and of course the terrorist issue also. So on both these issues, we become natural allies, right? So irrespective of whoever is the president here, we are bound to go together in the coming century. They have to be with us, they have no other choice. So, so we will be going together. Of course, there are many other questions related to what you asked me. I can go into the details, but suffice to say at the moment that yes, we are definitely going to come very close, irrespective of whatever fears one has amongst the Indians about immigration, other things. I don't think that maybe, as they back home they say, it was jumla tha uska, election ka jumla tha. So things will cool down. I think he will realize that our Indians' importance is so much in the country that we perhaps the safest bet as any other foreign nationals to be here, and our relations are bound to progress on the right direction. Other details I can give you once I give my talk. I will cover that answer. Yeah, sure. Please.
This is the present situation in India is devastating for poor and common people because of the change of notes.
Demonetization.
So I salute Indian fellows. They are still quiet, not making riots and staying in line for a long time. What will be the outcome you think the best India will get?
Let me say this. The question is about demonetization. Basically, it's a thing which is worrying most of us. Look, the intent of the government was very correct. There is no doubt about it that there is a lot of black money. There is a lot of counterfeit currency. There is the issue of terrorism. Nobody denies that. It is there. It has to be accepted. Sometimes in my talks and lectures I keep saying, I say that, look, the money is not black. The money is always white. It goes to a hoarder, a man who does wrong things, it becomes black money. It goes to the right people, it becomes white money. So, the money is always correct. There's nothing wrong with the money part of it. But yes, I think the intention was very good. The implementation and the preparation for this particular change has taken everybody by surprise. That is what is worrying most of the countrymen today. There are a lot of statistics I can keep quoting about how much rural population is there, where all we have the infrastructure to disburse the money, whether the currency was adequate in the market to give it to everybody. All those problems are there. It's an ongoing process, sir. It's a tough task ahead. Probably, I think, it's anyone's guess. If we are able to get over it another 2-3 months, I think I personally would be a very happy man. We'll be able to probably do something about it. But then, till then, it is a difficult task. There are different perceptions, different feelings amongst people. Everybody says, generally people are saying, चलो कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ी तकलीफ हम सहन कर लेंगे, लेकिन आगे long run में अच्छा है. If it happens that way, if simultaneously a lot of actions are taken accordingly, that you are hitting the right target, then it's good. But if in this complete little chaotic situation, if things go out of hand, then things can go a little awry. One cannot be too sure. But let's hope, sir. I hope the intention has been very good. The people are very supportive, despite the problem. I am just coming from there, so I know what things are on the ground. And particularly, sometimes you get a little carried away by media also, by when they show certain urban pictures here and there. Rural areas, things are much more complex, much more difficult. It takes some time. So I am not too sure. But as you very rightly said, Indians are basically patient people. They are roughing it out for the time being, and hopefully let us see how it works out.
As you are one of the prominent member of Rajput community, and whatever you say, it has much more value than.
This is a question here, sir. I'll just take it up. Yeah.
So I think, what do you think about the Rajput community? Is it heading towards a good right direction, or do we need to do more to uplift or the upliftment of our community?
No, the question is, how much can the Rajputs contribute in the manner that we are contributing now for our own community to come up and of the country also? वो कहते हैं ना, असली राजपूत वो जो दूसरे को राजपूत ना समझे. ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है ना? वो कहता वही असली राजपूत है, कहता ये कहाँ का राजपूत है, you know? That is the problem. That is the problem. You know? So Rajasthani says मैं ही हूँ राजपूत, बाकी तुम कहाँ हो? यूपी वाला कहता मैं हूँ. बेचारों को पता नहीं असली राजपूत तो गुजरात में है भाई. So honestly, it is that ignorance. It is that ignorance people don't know. It's sad. When I told them, मैं को रविंद्र जाडेजा अपने ही भाई है भाई, अपने ही राजपूत का है. कहते हैं वो भी राजपूत है, मैं कहा बिल्कुल. So that is a problem in our community. We have a problem. I'm very happy. This platform of yours is so nice. I'm really thrilled to be amongst you all this morning. That you have got people from all over. You know, I wish we have a similar thing in India. I can be your ambassador there, sir. So it'll be very nice because I think that is required in our community. People don't come together. So with the result, we are, spread all over the country in small sections. Haryana, Punjab, Himachal. Himachal has been having continuously Rajput chief ministers. There's got maximum Rajput population there. So that is what I am trying to say. Himachal Pradesh, UP, all these places. Down south, a man in the army, we have in my regiment, we have a lot of people from Kurg. Kurg is an area south of Bangalore, right? They are great sportsmen. Like, the Rajputs का क्या है? अच्छी बड़ी-बड़ी मूंछें हों और शाम को अच्छा ड्रिंक करता हो और अच्छा स्पोर्ट्समैन हो. So they are like us. जैसे हम भी राजपूत हैं. हमने कहा बिल्कुल, please come and join us. You are very much Rajputs. So point is that we have to come together, sir. That I mentioned inclusiveness. We can't be, sort of saying कि नहीं इसको किसने बना दिया, ये कौन है? नहीं. We have to come together, all be together and work. And I can assure you, sir, the kind of people I see here, the kind of distinctions you people have achieved in your respective spheres, I have no doubts. It allays all my fears that you are really progressive. You are super bright people who have done extremely well. We similarly have a super bright. Today you see in America for that matter, in the IT field, doctors, engineers, they are all ours. When I was talking to some children in California, so they were asking me, General, they said, General, you people have marred, I'm talking to the white children, they said, you people have marred all our vacancies in the intelligence in that field. I said, well, they have not come on Shifarish, they have done on their own, they have done very well. So therefore, they also admit the fact that our people are very bright, and so if you collectively come together, I'm sure, sir, we have a great fight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
निवेदन करूंगा, कोई मंत्र बताइएगा कि राजपूत की यूनिटी कैसे वहाँ की पार्टियां हैं, कांग्रेस चाह रही थी कि हम राजपूत को एक मिला लें, यूपी वाले चाह रहे थे बीएसपी सपा पार्टी की हम मिला लें, लेकिन वो लोग चाहते हुए भी पीछे हट गए। राज्य को मिलाने से कोई फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि इनमें अलग ही इतने भेद हैं, इतने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं, इतनी संस्थाएं हैं कि वो एक नहीं हो सकती। वो सब पीछे हट गए, हमको मिलाया नहीं, उन्होंने मिलाना चाह रहे। तो आपसे निवेदन है कि संक्षेप में कोई मतलब बताइए कि राजपूत यहाँ आए हैं, या तो आपके सामने या हम प्रतिज्ञा करें, हम प्रॉमिस करें कि जहाँ राजपूत की बात आए वहाँ पर नो डिस्कशन, नो, हम क्या है अपनी मर्यादा को अपनी छोटा बढ़ करके उसको माने। आज ही आपके सामने प्रतिज्ञा करें तो मैं तारीफ करूँ।
आप जैसे एक्टर्स का इतना ब्लेसिंग्स मिले, यहाँ बहुत बच्चे बैठे हैं। आई हैव नो डाउट्स ऑन ए पॉलिटिकल फ्रंट। मैं लड़ लेता हूँ सर, मुझे राणा सपोर्ट कर देगा, आई विल विन द इलेक्शन देयर। आई एम जस्ट जोकिंग सर, बट व्हाट यू सेड इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. Let me tell you one thing, sir, very peculiar thing. I happen to have served with both the parties, big parties. I was with the President of India as his military secretary with K.R. Narayanan and with Abdul Kalam. That time it was the NDA. Vajpayee Sahab Prime Minister होते थे, उनकी government थी, right? When I was the Lieutenant Governor, that time UPA was in power. So let me tell you, there was enough Rajput representation in both the governments. That time in UPA and later on in NDA. The Rajputs are well recognized. I mean, what I'm trying to say is the Indian political scene recognizes, because I said, हमारे जो traits हैं ना sir, our loyalty, our the way we respect each other, the way we stick to our words, right? So they all recognize that. पर अफसोस है कि वो फायदा उठा के फिर वो बात जैसे आप कह रहे हो, आपको नेता नहीं बनाते, वो सब वर्किंग में रह जाते हैं। नेता भी बने, अभी भी नेता हैं, ऐसी क्या बात है, अभी भी बहुत नेता हैं जो राजपूत के हैं। सो बट व्हाट यू आर सेइंग सर अबाउट टेकिंग एन ओथ ऑफ प्रॉमिस, आई एम श्योर एज आई सेड दैट यू हैव टू बी ऑन अ कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म, अदरवाइज वी आर इन स्मॉल पार्ट्स, यू नो, इन हरियाणा प्रेजेंटेड इज हार्डली एनी, सो वी हैव बीन डिवाइडेड अमंग द सेगमेंट, बट राजस्थान सर वी आर इन अ बिग वे, आई थिंक गुजरात वी आर इन अ बिग वे, हिमाचल वी आर इन अ बिग वे, यूपी देयर आर बिग प्राउड, मध्य प्रदेश देयर आर बिग वे, आई थिंक सर ऐसी बात नहीं है. We are doing well, but if you say that the overall reins come in our hands, I'm too doubtful. फिर जरा जोश भी आता है, राजपूत में डरते भी होंगे थोड़ा बहुत के लिए, राजपूत को ज्यादा पावर नहीं देना है. But I am sure today they are doing well, sir. But I take your point that yes, we need to be together and we have to go ahead. Certainly, sir.
जितने भी पॉलिटिशियन हैं राजपूत, they never help the Rajput. Whenever you go for the community help, they never help and never talk about the Rajput. BP Singh है, his wordsman, ब्राह्मणों को डाउन करने के लिए राजपूतों को भी डाउन कर दिया. All the Rajput that is in the politics, they are not helping any Rajput. Yadav, Mulayam Singh is helping own community. Mayavati community is own community. Everyone, they are doing their own community, but wherever we select some of the politicians, Rajput, they get the vote. When they come for the vote, I am Rajput, I am your brother, give me vote and help us. But when they come in the top minister or other thing, they never help.
Sir, I think I got your point. It's not actually a question, it's an observation that you made. And I agree with what you are saying. We definitely need to. This is the last question, you said. So this will be the last question. All right. We need to help each other. Let me give you a very small example. I shouldn't be quoting it, but since you raised my Rajput, मेरे में वो स्पिरिट आ जाती है ना, फौजी आदमी हूँ, तो मैं दिल से बात करता हूँ, इसलिए मेरी प्रॉब्लम होती है. I land up in trouble when I talk from my heart. I shouldn't be talking from my heart, but anyway, as a good politician, they never talk from the heart, है ना? तो but हम राजपूत को आ जाता है ना, जोश आ जाता है इस पर. I want to quote another small example. You know, I was an instructor in the military academy in 1972. हम 4-5 वहाँ पे कैप्टन्स थे, राजपूत कैप्टन्स थे. कोई यूपी का था, कोई वहाँ राजस्थान का था, मैं नॉर्थ से था, ऐसे का थे. आप मानेंगे नहीं, हम 4-5 इकट्ठे हो गए. हमने कहा भाई ये तो लेट्स डू समथिंग, लेट्स नॉट बी वेरी परोकियल, बट कुछ तो करें अपनों के लिए, जैसे आप कहते हैं. हमारे वहाँ हर 6 महीने बाद पासिंग आउट परेड होती है एकेडमी से, जिसमें 300 बच्चे ऑफिसर बनते हैं. तो उसमें हम जो नंबर 1 होता है बच्चा, उसको हम सोर्ड ऑफ ऑनर देते हैं. we give it the best credit, sort of honor देते हैं उसको. हम चारों यंगस्टर्स ने सोचा कुछ करा जाए. हमने कहा अच्छा ठीक है. हमने देखा कि ऊपर जो 20 टॉप के लड़के चल रहे हैं उनमें कितने राजपूत हैं. इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द फैक्ट वो कहाँ का राजपूत है. हमने कभी परवाह नहीं किया कि गुजरात का है या वो मध्य प्रदेश. अगर राजपूत है तो ठीक है. हमने क्या कर चुपचाप से अपने ना 2-2 4-4 नंबर बढ़ा देते थे अपने सब्जेक्ट के. अब उसमें क्या होता था कि वहां तो कंपटीशन एक नंबर के ऊपर होता है. सोर्ड ऑफ ऑनर के लिए आप गोल्ड मेडल तो एक होगा, तो इनवेरिएबली वो लड़का सोर्ड ऑफ ऑनर मिलता था. हमारे सामने 6 पासिंग आउट परेड हुई, 4 राजपूत लड़कों को सोर्ड ऑफ ऑनर मिला. तो अब हमें नहीं, हमने कसम खाई, हमने कहा हम उनको बताएंगे नहीं कि हमने तुम्हारी हेल्प करी. वो जनरल बन के रिटायर भी हो गए. वो उनको आज तक वो सोचते हैं हमने अपनी मेहनत कम किया. मेहनत तो दिया उन्होंने, कोई बात नहीं, क्योंकि टॉप 20 में तो आ गए थे वो, लेकिन वो पुश तो आखिर तो हम लोगों ने देना था. तो चारों ने अपने अपने सब्जेक्ट के अंदर हम 4-4-5 का नंबर बढ़ा देने, तो ऑब्वियसली टॉप पे आ जाता था वो. तो वो रिटायर भी हो गए हैं. तो ऐसे तरीके से हम कर तो सकते हैं, तो कोई शक नहीं है. लेकिन हाँ, एज ए पॉलिटिशियन व्हाट यू आर सेइंग सर, I tend to agree with you, but yes, but there are all kinds of, there are good people also, sir. Let's not be so this thing apprehensive of bad people. There are good people also who do a lot. I am aware of them. As politicians also, some are very people who help the community in general. ऐसी बात नहीं है. But in general, what you are saying, sir, I agree with you. We need to help ourselves.
They help individual help they, but community help.
Yes, I agree with you. As a community, we have to.
They never talk about the community. And
So,
one more, 1907, I came here for the Rana convention. There was what is the condition of Rajput in India. I have written, and that is from the association also. That was from the beginning, from Alexander to present day. I have written all the what is the condition of how that has been changed. And one thing we have written 207 and given to the President of India, the Prime Minister of India, that why all the Rajput, they are the best fighter from the Singh.
Our history is full of
several thousands of years.
Yes.
But still, Major General, Lieutenant General, and nobody is as a Chief of Army Staff.
नहीं हमारे बने सर, मेरे रेजिमेंट का वीके सिंह बने अभी बने थे. आपके कन्वेंशन में आए थे. जी ऐसी बात
वीके सिंह इसलिए बने because J.J. Singh.
नहीं कोई ऐसी बात नहीं सर. He is my subordinate. I can tell you. When I was a colonel, he was a major, and we brought him up, and he done very well. Yeah, I'm very proud of that fact.
We have written in 207,
yes,
and he become the Chief Army Staff later on. I don't know. We have written the president.
सर अभी बहुत बनेंगे, आप फिक्र मत करो. अभी क्या इधर लाएंगे, क्या बनेंगे. You absolutely. Okay, last question.
Yeah, I have a question. What advice you have for us here? You know, if you have to advise us, what you say to us?
Sir, I have really speaking nothing. I mean, first of all, I must convey my deep gratitude and congratulations to Sadhana ji. The way you are leading a convention like this here, sir, it gives me so much pride. I feel so happy, sir. I wish I take this message back home. I can assure you that, sir. I'm going to give the same message there in India, back home. The way the Rajputs are doing this here, these conventions, why can't we have it on similar scale here? Let me do it, work it out, sir, and we'll definitely do that. Certainly we'll have it.
One question in the back. He was waiting for a while.
One more. The social issues, what do you think about interracial marriage?
Interracial marriages, sir. Why not, sir? What is the problem? There is no problem. If we are inclusive people, sir, let's not get involved. You know, sir, I am for it, absolutely. Let me tell you, my daughter is married not to a Rajput. He is non-Rajput, who is a brigadier in the army. But he is not become a Rajput because he married a Rajput girl. So I can assure you that. So, it's fact. Yes. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Morning. So anybody who wants to sit down with and question
You are
anything,
most welcome.
You are welcome. And he has a fun thing to talk to any Rajput. So you are welcome for any question, anything.
Additionally, we will have another session for him, so you will have more ability to have lecture. Yeah, and you have time to talk to him, have any questions.
Bhopender's speech is available for those that would like it. In the past, we've printed speeches in convention brochures, but we wanted to keep it private and keep it special for everybody attending to hear it first from the speaker prior to advertising it. On behalf of Rana, there are no words to describe. We wanted a decorated armed forces person to be here in Swam Apneya. So thank you so much, with all our respect.
That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay, come. Here we go. That's it. Just like that. Hold it. Good. Hold on. One more time. Everyone look towards the general.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to just take a detail.
At this time, I would like to do a quick family introduction. So I request that head of household, if you can please stand up and introduce your family quickly. Your name, where you're from, just a very, very brief introduction. I would like to start from here, our friends from Canada, and then I'll move across the room.